So I just want to say a massive thank you to Beans on Toast and a huge introduction. Thank you very much.
Bear emotion. A Zoom quiz with the family. A FaceTime dinner party. Working from home or working out with Joe Wicks. Thank God for the internet, because whoever your chosen God is, they'll be performing their sacred service in your living room on your phone. You no longer have to leave your home for the sunrise over Stonehenge on summer solstice. Cooking lessons or yoga classes, homeschooling with Hey Dougie, or a university lecturer. Now your big business meeting is held on a computer, and all gigs are now live stream shows. Bruce Springsteen from his New Jersey home, Billy Bragg live on his SETI. Don't get me wrong, I think it's great, but it isn't Glastonbury, and by all accounts the world is probably ending. We've got bigger fish to fry and more important matters need attending. But that don't mean that I don't miss my friends, as I wonder to myself, what are we gonna do Glastonbury weekend? Dropped a couple pingers and logged on to House Party. Tuned into Errol Alkin. Rinse out in the living room, and for a minute there I forgot that I was all alone, and that I had a date with Taylor Swift and Paul McCartney on the Pyramid. I know there will be reruns on the BBC. That's all well and good, but that's not my Glastonbury. And by all accounts, the world is probably ending. We've got bigger fish to fry and more important matters need attending. But that don't mean that I don't miss my friends, as I wonder to myself, what are we gonna do Glastonbury weekend? And if the sun shines down over Pennard Hill and there's no one there to witness it, does it even shine at all? And all of the music and the madness and the magic and the millions of memories that can't be replicated. And I know it's just 1 year, it shouldn't be a big deal, but lately I've been really fucking scared about the world, and I need something to restore my faith in humanity. I need Glastonbury, and so I'll ask you again, what are we gonna do Glastonbury weekend? Thank you very much. This is what we're going to do Glastonbury weekend. And as Ali said, we're all old friends. And I know it sounds like there's lots of people clapping, but I promise everybody's either working or socially distant and whatnot behind the cameras here. But it feels to me like a real gig, and being as everything that's, you know, I'll take this as my Glastonbury is what I'm saying. Don't blame the immigrants, the poor or the unemployed. These are not the ones who are to blame. The country's fucked, that's obvious, but a swan song of the NHS. But the flood warnings came long before the rains. And it's in these times of trouble that fascism rears its head, and the UK Independence Party are just the BNP in a different dress. They're still the same old homophobic racists as before. They're probably sending junk mail full of hate to your front door, and they're but I'm not worried about the worries of the world anymore. I'm gonna get in the jacuzzi. I wish that everybody would just chill the fuck out and get busy. being happy. We need a spiritual revolution. I believe you, Russell Brand. We need food and we need shelter, friends and family at hand. And apart from that, we don't need nothing except a whole lot of loving. Well, the NASA think tanks think that we will fall just like the Romans did and other civilizations before them that have now extinct. The well runs out, the fuel runs dry. There's not enough food to feed us, so our leaders blindly lead us, claiming it's business as usual while saving up the scraps for themselves till the shit falls off the shelves. Well, I'm not worried about the worries of the world anymore. I'm gonna get in the jacuzzi. I wish that everybody would just chill the fuck out and get busy being happy. We need a spiritual revolution. I believe you, Russell Brand. We need food and we need shelter, friends and family at hand. And apart from that, we don't need nothing except a whole lot of loving. Thank you. So I've just seen there's actually a screen in front of me with people at home. So even if I can't hear you, I can see you clapping as well. Look at you. And you're waving as well. Oh, my word. People got different backgrounds. The world is such a strange place right now, isn't it? I mean, it's brilliant how we're adapting, but bloody hell, this is weird. Right. It's so weird that I've started for the first time in my whole sort of musical career writing set lists because it's just easier. So I'm going to look at that. Sober Jay made some good decisions about the set list as well. So this is I'm going to sing a love song. I mean, there's never not a good time to sing a love song, but this is a song about spending time with the one you love at home, and it's called "I'm Home When You Hold Me." So this is one for everybody at home, and I can see you there. And you got your little canvas as well. Yeah, I won't get stuck into that. I've only got a short set, so I can't yabber on too much as usual, but I'll just do the song. Baby, 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 when are you coming home? I'm just laying on the sofa, watching Netflix on my own, and I miss you really badly. Out to the sun. I forgot what I was singing about. Can I start again? Been talking too much about the Zoom. I was actually thinking about how much the song has actually become true. It's actually my wife, Lizzie B, who this song is about. It's her birthday tomorrow, and it's like the first night out that I've had in ages, and she's not here, but I can only presume she's watching. I love you, baby. Let's start again as well, see if I can get it right. I can live my songs, but I can't remember them. Baby, 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 when are you coming home? I'm just laying on the sofa, watching Netflix on my own, and I miss you really badly, which is strange because you've only been gone for 10 minutes. You just nipped out to the shops, and I changed my mind the minute that you walked out of the door. Now I wish that I did come with you down to the local spa where you're loading up the basket for the both of us. I'm lazing round the flat in my boxer shorts, but when we both get a Sunday at home, my love, it's the best day for the both of us. I know I've been away a lot this year, just promise me you understand that my home is here. I don't mean in this flat or on this sofa. I'm home when I hold you. We could move out to the suburbs and have a couple of kids, find somewhere safe to raise them up, preferably by the beach, 'cause I know you love the ocean, baby, I know you love the sea. You know that I love you, and I know you love me, and with that we can do whatever we want. The future is an oyster with a Tabasco sauce, with a little bit of luck and a little squeeze of lemon. We can enjoy the adventures of our whole lives together. And when we both get a Sunday at home, my love, it's the best day for the both of us. I know I've been away a lot this year, but just promise me you understand that my home is here. I don't mean in this flat or on this sofa. I'm home when I hold you. I don't mean in this city or this country. I'm home when you hold me. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at the Clapham Grand, here we are. So, I mean, everything is weird and gone topsy-turvy. And it's strange because there's, during this, which is obviously a tragedy and a kind of very testing time for people and us as a human race, there's definitely lessons to be learned, isn't there? And there's sort of some things that I think were always true have now become sort of like everybody. I'm going to sing a song about NHS, basically. It's a song called Homerton Hospital. It's an old song that's had a kind of rebirth post-pandemic, basically. It's been played on, nobody ever plays my songs on the radio, but since pandemic, people have been playing this all over the shop. And I'm just glad that, you know, they're getting the sort of recognition that they finally deserve, even if it's in such a shitstorm. This is a song about the hospital where my daughter was born, and just around the corner from my house. It's called Here at Homerton Hospital. Steve is from Basildon. He's a hospital porter. He starts his shift in the middle of the night. He rides into work on a motorbike. He doesn't talk much to the patients, but he gets them where they need to go. He gets on with all of his colleagues though, like that surgeon in the Templar ward who always says hello. Well, that surgeon is called Dan. He grew up in Gloucester. Ever since he was young, just wanted to help everyone. He was destined to be a doctor. And he met his girlfriend Rena here at work. She's a physio, and she was born in Egypt, in a small town south of Cairo. She came to England as a teen with a busted knee, and when they fixed her up for free, she knew exactly what she wanted to be. So she learned the language and the bones and the muscles, and studied real hard for the qualifications, and not long ago got her first placement here at Homerton Hospital. She eats her lunch with Jill from reception. Jill comes from Swindon via Jamaica. She's a Rastafarian. She works the desk at A&E. And you won't believe the things that she's seen, or the respect that she has for her team. Well, there's a paramedic from Portugal, a pharmacist from Senegal, a security guard from the Isle of Man, and a pediatrician from Pakistan. Faces from different places, religions and races, all working together under one roof. So many walks of life and background stories, all working together for the sick and the poorly. Someone's operating and someone's giving birth. Someone's holding someone else's hand when they pass. They'll stitch you back together and they'll heal the wounds. It won't cost you anything at all here at Homerton Hospital. There's an Orthodox Jew with Australian flu getting his blood pressure checked by a girl from Bangladesh. There's a kid from the estate got himself into a state, and now a Polish nurse put his arm into a cast, and poor Uncle Terry slipped into a coma. Now he's being looked after by new love from Rwanda, and someone wrote us about the hospital food, but it's pretty shit. About it all, and that's down to the chef who comes from Marrakesh, makes a killer shepherd's pie and feeds hundreds of patients every single night. Faces from different places, religions and races, all working together under one roof. So many walks of life and background stories, all coming together for the sick and the poorly. Someone's operating and someone's giving birth. Someone's holding someone else's hand when they pass. I'll stitch you back together and they'll heal the wounds. It won't cost you anything at all here at Homerton Hospital. So you worry how the world might work while being multicultural. Come and pay a visit to Homerton Hospital. Thank you very much, everybody in the house. Man, I was miles away during the singing of that song. Felt like I was back at home doing one of my live streams without monitors and microphones. I also feel like I'm going to overrun. Are we on a strict time schedule? I've still got time now, haven't I? Oh, I've got loads of time. Loads of time. Let me play you another new song now. This is, I've already said it. Obviously, it would have been at Glastonbury. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. I've tried not to be too much thinking about how things could have been and more concentrating on how things are. I feel like I should talk to the people in the... Can we do like a Mexican wave in the Zoom chat or something like that? Oh, yeah, you were literally listening as well. That was me thinking you was all just checking your Facebook on a different tab. But you are, yes. Wow. I can see myself on it as well. It feels like maybe we should do a quiz. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. So this is a song that obviously we had quite a deep chat about the positives of the new platform, but in all fairness, I can't wait until... There's been a little bit of hanging out with mates in a music venue here tonight. Socially distant, of course, but it's been beautiful, and I can't wait until we can do it again in some form or another. Shout out to the people that are sparking up. Is that a spliff as well? Shout out to the people that are sparking up spliffs in their house. Didn't think people smoked in their houses anymore. Look, go for it. I'm a hugger, I'm a kisser, a high fiver and a handshaker. I'll probably tell you that I love ya before I even had a chance to get to know ya. Touchy-feely, but not in a weird way. I can get comfortable on a busy tube train, and I like treating strangers like they're my best friends. Never had any complaints back then. I've always had a thing for human contact, and I miss that. We're doing fine, man. We're doing well as can be expected. You know, how about yourselves? I'm guessing your work has dried up too. You're also sat at home wondering what to do. Now the future ain't nothing but a question mark, and there's time to find out who you really are. You're a hugger, you're a kisser, a high fiver and a handshaker. You know I really miss ya. I can't wait until I can actually see ya face to face. Less than a meter apart. Can't wait for you to tell me who you really are. I've always had a thing for human contact, and I miss that. I feel at home in large gatherings of people. Pubs, clubs and football matches, gigs and festivals are made a living, trying to bring people together, saying, hug it out man, it'll make you feel better. Now the future ain't nothing but a question mark, waiting to find out who you really are. Let it be known when this is over, we're gonna have a giant get together. We'll be hanging from the rafters, and we won't be taking anything for granted. I know it might not happen anytime soon, but I need to believe a normality will resume, where it's normal to kiss, normal to hold hands, normal to wrap your arms around your friends. I've always had a thing for human contact, and I miss that. Thank you. Sing another Glastonbury song. This is the most popular song I've ever written, and it's another story song. It started in Glastonbury, weirdly at the Strummerville campfire. Actually, is where the whole story started. I met a pretty girl at a festival with a bag of MDMA. But we both took a great big dab and went to greet the day. Now I warn you, this shit tastes foul when you put it in your gob. I tried to swallow all of it. It'll knock your fucking socks off. So the two of us were wired, and the festival's in flow. We wandered round and watched some bands, smiling as we go. As the day turns into nighttime, a fire's being lit. We dance to an unknown DJ and sneak a little kiss. Oh well, being drunk can make a girl seem prettier than she is. I'm not the only one who's made mistakes when I was pissed, and trying to work out right from wrong on ecstasy is tough. But this MDM amazing, and I feel like I'm in love. So I sometimes tell stories about Glastonbury in this song, and it's tempting to do that being as it's Glastonbury weekend, but I'm actually tempted to tell a story about Van Aid, which is where Grand Aid got its name. Obviously, probably from Live Aid originally, but as we've already spoke about in depth on this wonderful production of a live stream tonight, almost feels a little bit like stars in their eyes. Tonight, Ali, I am going to be Beans on Toast. Thank you very much. And Van Aid was, one of my first ever tours was opening for Kate Nash. I don't even know what it was. 2008, wasn't it? We clocked it. 2008, I got one of my first ever tours opening for Kate Nash, and I had no means of transport. And Ali said he would drive me, but he had no van. And there was another band that was good friends of ours called Captain Black, and they said they'd lend us the van. And Ali said he would drive it, and the tour was a storming success. We did the whole tour. We finished in Portsmouth, and then we had the London gig at Hammersmith Apollo. And on the way back from the Hammersmith Apollo, I had a song, actually, if I'm going to tell you completely true and try and keep it micro story, I actually had a song about crashing a car on the M3 that I played in Portsmouth that night. I said, this is weird because we've got to drive down the M3 tomorrow. Played the song, and everybody corrected me, said, you're going to drive home on the M4. And we crashed the van. I will say I mean, I didn't have my seatbelt on. I remember that. We wasn't driving high speed. There was no other cars around. We was driving down in someone else's van, and we were spinning for so long on the motorway after the steering went that Ali and I hugged each other. We held each other in each other's arms and hit the central reservation of the motorway, rail slided across it, and then fell into silence with a Bell and Sebastian song playing gently in the background. And Ali said, are you alive? I said, yeah, are you alive? And we was. No one was injured. And I didn't miss my fucking gig at Hammersmith Apollo either. Ali was like, we called Captain Black and said, we've broken your van. What's the deal? They didn't have insurance. I walked to the gig from the M4 to Hammersmith Apollo, walked on stage at the biggest gig I've ever played at the Hammersmith Apollo and said, "I'm alive," and like covered in, I was wet and freaked out, but I was alive. I played the gig, and then we needed to buy the or fix the van, so we created a gig called Van Aid, and that was a storming success as well, wasn't it, Ali? Mumford & Sons played, Dan from Bastille played, Eliza Doolittle, Six Nations State, the Holloways, Frank, everybody. It was like, which at the time didn't seem like a festival bill. It felt like, all our mates playing a gig. And we raised enough money to buy a Captain Black a new van, and any money left over, we paid anybody's speeding tickets or parking fines that lived or worked in the pub. And that was Van Aid, and now here we are, however many years later, trying to save a 120-year-old venue from a worldwide pandemic. And this venue is facing closure due to... What? Tell me, Ali. He's got his. What is it that's? I mean, what is it that the money's going to go to? How's it going to keep the? It's facing bankruptcy and
basically
everyone will, and it'll turn into a Wetherspoons. Is that the reality of what will happen?
That won't happen because of this.
We're not going to let that happen.
Many venues like us are still being charged their rent by their landlords. So not wanting to get too boring about it. Bottom line, we've got no business, but we're still paying the cost to have the building to a landlord. 50 grand.
The landlords?
£50,000 a month is the cost of our fixed costs for our rent and everything that we have to pay out every month when we're closed. And that obviously is an astronomical amount of money, which is why we're doing everything we can.
Do you think the landlords are watching?
I don't know.
If you are, can we speak directly to you as well and ask you to do your bit?
I think
Sorry, carry on.
Look, we're not here to bash landlords. The system's in trouble. Everyone's in trouble. Everyone's trying to help everyone. He's got they've got businesses to run. We've got businesses to run. We're just trying to help each other. That's what we're doing.
And the community spirit around all venues, a Music Venue Trust and Save Our Venues is the proof is, I think, is that how important it is to people because everybody's shown their support, and tonight as well, I'm sure. So
exactly.
One more song?
Please.
One more song. Can I get a digital encore from my Zoom kids out here? Oh yeah, can I get an encore from the actual humans in the room as well, please? So Donald is the king and Boris is the queen. It's almost like we're living in a world of make-believe. A double dose of dopamine on the daily diet. The politics are toxic. The country is divided by crippling austerity and deregulation, paving the path to privatization and to chlorinated chicken and weaponized 5G frequencies. It's profit over people. It's profit over everything that's causing global warming. It's now impossible to deny. There's a storm brewing, darling, and there's nowhere to hide. And every time the world needs saving, there's a nappy that needs changing. I got some bills that need paying. I'm just gonna keep on singing because life goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Life goes on. I take a step back, try to see things differently, because there's also an opinion. In fact, we're doing brilliantly. There's never been a safer time to be a human being. There's less war now than ever before, less disease and less famine. Obesity claims more lives than starvation. More people die of old age than from lack of medication. It's quite telling of the times. It's never been like this before. More people take their own lives now than die in wars. And obviously the world keeps changing, and different battles keep raging. My tomatoes need watering. I'm just gonna keep on singing because life goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Life goes on. And there's children marching in the streets. They give me hope. They strike off school on Friday because they can see through the joke. And the system doesn't serve them. It's gambling their future. So they'll take it in their own hands and they'll start a revolution. And I will stand beside them, try to do my bit. Help a 16-year-old girl kill the oil industry. 'Cause I believe the world's worth saving. And I hope that if we keep on learning, then we can stop the world from burning. And we can keep on singing because life goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Life goes on. Yeah, life is ridiculous. It's also hilarious. It can be dangerous and sometimes even tedious, but it is resilient and it is beautiful. And I believe in it. Long may it continue because life goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Life goes on. Save the grand, ladies and gentlemen. Save the grand. Thank you very much. Everybody's on toast.
Ladies and gentlemen, please a massive round of applause to Beans on Toast.